Okay, this is a video on how to make a speaker with a red plastic cup. Sounds kind of crazy, but it's pretty simple. I put it together and it's actually quite fun. So basically the things you'll need are just a spool of wire, a music source like an iPod, and a red plastic cup. To understand how this is going to work, really you need to get how a speaker works. So let's switch over to that presentation. Basically, for any speaker system, you're going to need a speaker, an iPod, an amplifier, and if you break down the speaker, you're going to get three parts: the cone, the spool, and a magnet, permanent magnet. If you connect all those three together, it'll look like this. So basically, when the iPod sends out a pulse of electricity, the amplifier makes it bigger, which then sends it to the speaker, which moves the cone up and down, producing music. Those are the sound waves you hear. So back in front of us, I've already taped the spool of wire to the cup. You're going to tape it right on the bottom here. I found out that a thicker wire usually works better. It can carry the current better. And yep, you're just going to tape it on there so it's nice and secure, not going to move. We're going to use the cup as the cone, so it's going to be doing a lot of shaking. Two ends of the wire come out here. And then I have my amplifier sitting over under my TV, so this is a wire coming from my amplifier. And plug my iPod in, as promised, Gangnam style. So first what you want to do, gotta find my electrical tape first. Okay, so I finally found my electrical tape. You're going to take some electrical tape, split it up, and you're going to connect the positive of the speaker, the positive of the coil on the speaker, to the positive on the amplifier. Which can be kind of tricky if you're just using wire and tape. Alright, once you have a nice tight connection, do the same for the negative wires. So it should look like this. You're going to have the two wires coming off of the spool on the plastic cup. They're going to go onto the amplifier wire, and from there what's going to happen is the iPod is going to send the electricity to the amplifier, where it's going to be doubled, tripled, or increased, and it's going to be sent to the spool on the cup. And when I hold these permanent magnets inside the spool will move up and down along the permanent magnet when it's magnetized by the electricity. It's called an electromagnet. Whenever electricity runs through it, it temporarily becomes magnetized, which moves it along these permanent magnets. That movement's going to vibrate this cup, which produces the sound. So let's see if those connections were tight enough. Play. It's playing. Alright, so nothing yet because the spool isn't moving. Once I put the permanent magnets in there, though, we should get some sound. Oh, nothing yet. Make sure these are nice tight. So it looks like I'm going to have to hold this wire down. But basically, all I did was take this wire, hold it in here, and I'll get the music. If there's no magnet, there's no music. And this cup's vibrating pretty hard. Just from trial and error, I figured out that this magnet works best when it's not all the way in the cup. It's sitting about halfway out right here. So yeah, that's about it. And before you say or think that this cup has horrible sound quality, remember, it's a plastic cup.
Gangnam Style.